The following is a Podbeard production.
Two fries in a game! Look at my butt.
Heavy the laxative.
Father, what is this?
I do not know.
My blood moon is rising once again.
In a world where two ordinary gamers team up to fight the forces of boredom, this is their podcast, and this is their story.
What's up, everybody? I'm Hodder.
Is this the real life? Is this just fantasy? Caught in a landslide, no escape from reality. Open your eyes, look up to the sky and see. I'm just a poor boy. Oh, great, they're gonna do all of Bohemian Rhapsody. I need no sympathy, cause it's easy come,
Easy go,
little high,
little low.
hit me with a window. Doesn't really.
With the window.
Yeah, hit me with the window. Sorry, I just made a fool of myself on live podcast.
That was so
Shit.
good. That was amazing.
Shit. No, I'm just joking.
And he's Cosmo Jones, everybody.
All right.
Thanks for having me, buddy.
On Cazador Jones.
And this week on the show, we are
going to talk about, are video games bad for you? Yes, they are.
We're here with a local mother to find out. Ma'am, are video games bad for you? Where are the things about my children? Thanks for coming, man. We really appreciate it.
Thanks for coming. And then we also talk to local artists everywhere. Is art going too far? Art's not going too far. You're going too far by asking me these questions. You son of a bitch. Get that camera out of my face. Yeah, that'll look like an interesting interview. And then, of course, we also go to a local deli owner and talk to him about his big salami problem. Now, Hodder, take it away, please.
I don't know where to go from here.
There.
We're here with the deli owner who may or may not have a big salami problem. Back to you, Tom.
Back to you, Tom. Thank you.
Tom Everything. Remember Tom Everything?
Tom Everything was the greatest.
Jesus Christ.
I'm here reporting winds up to 88 kilometers per hour. I am here at the Brooklyn Bridge. Why are you in Brooklyn, Tom?
Tom, why are you in Brooklyn? That's not. You're supposed to be at Comic-Con.
Please let me finish.
Tom, you're supposed to be reporting from the San Diego Comic-Con.
I could not find San Diego.
Which, if I'm not mistaken, means a whale's vagina.
Okay, now you're just stealing it. Come on.
I know, but it's funny.
No, that's terrible.
You know what? We steal all that shit, so who cares?
So, yeah. All right, then.
So
we know you haven't been playing anything this week, and we know I haven't been playing anything new this week. Oh, wait, that's a lie.
Because you have
Because I have, and that's our topic for the day. So anyways, we skip over that. What's new exciting with you? Nothing. Nothing's exciting with you.
That's why we said that
Nothing
last
exciting
week.
with me.
I was just going to welcome everybody to the show and say thanks for listening and hope you
thanks for tuning in. Hope you hit that subscribe button. Blah 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 blah. Be sure to leave a like. I'm TJ Hodder.
I do podcast.
Shout outs. Time for some shout outs. Okay, I want to shout out the Still Loading podcast. Drinks with Larry.
Why are you making fun of me?
Because you are a target. You are an easy target.
I am.
That's what I'm saying.
No one in this
You're
world.
so scripted.
Can I just
it's
say,
not even funny.
Can I just say this?
No.
Can I just say this?
Yes.
No one in this world gets me going like you do anymore. It's so funny. You'll just come up to me at work. You'll just say something. I'm like, what the fuck's that supposed to mean, buddy?
Fuck yeah. Fuck you, buddy. Okay. Anyways,
Jesus Christ.
the spikes are real. Anyway, so
It is though.
yeah. So nothing new. Hit that thing. What's new exciting? No, nothing. Okay, whatever. No, I did not
Nothing's
have.
new
Yeah,
exciting.
nothing's exciting. So we will just move into the topic.
Yeah.
Do you like this? You like this format? Be sure to
Yeah.
hit the subscribe button. Just kidding.
Yeah. Let us know if you guys like this whole like us not bullshitting for 10 minutes.
Yeah, we are completely over it. We are new era Kaz and Hodder.
Hodder.
Yes.
Hodder with an
So-
A-I-R.
Yeah.
But well, it's cool because you came to me and you were like, "Hey, I have a cool game I want to talk about," and I was like, "Oh, cool. What is it specifically?" And then you informed me it is indeed time, ladies and gentlemen, for November's indie game of the month.
It's time for my game of the month. I finish it. Yeah.
When AAA game developers make crappy games, he will be here. When you do not feel like spending 80 of your hard-earned dollars on a video game, he will be here. Or when you just feel like playing a video game that defies the law of video games, he will be here. This is Cazador Jones' Indie Video Game of the Month.
So take it away, Caslo Jones.
I don't want to.
Okay, that's what Kaz in the game of the month.
My indie game of the month is so independent, it's not even independent anymore. It's like some super independent. You know independent grocers, TJ? You know that grocery store? Uh-huh. That's how independent.
So it's like a massive, like,
this
store.
game is so well known that I don't even know why. I've never played it before. Maybe it's because the hype really did it for me where I was like, nah, fuck
I think it did.
I ain't playing this game. But me, a couple beers in, bored out of his mind one night, was like, I need a new game to play. And then I went on the Switch, and it was like, well, here you go. There's a game.
Thanks for coming, buddy.
Just try and have fun with it. And I was like, well, I guess I'll buy it. I don't really want to, but I guess so.
I don't really want to spend money on this video game, but
so I bought this game, and I started playing it, and I'm like, yeah, this isn't too bad. Yeah, this is cool. Get to a certain part of the game, and I'm like, wait a minute. Hold on. So I had to Google something for this game, and I had to look up some, like, sort of a walkthrough, but not really a walkthrough. And then all of a sudden, I learned something. I'm doing this game all wrong. I'm literally playing this game all wrong. So the game, ladies and gentlemen, for the indie game of the month. Drum roll, please. So it is called Undertale. It needs no introduction, as everybody already knows what Undertale is. But for me, I've never played it. I don't really know anything about it. And I was just like, what? It's reasonably priced. I mean, it's a little expensive, but hey, you know what? To me, so far it's been worth it. It's like $19.
Okay.
It's on the Switch. It's really good on the Switch. I enjoy it. And a lot of people out there are like, you dumbass, it's free on the computer. You could have just played it for free. Well, you know what? I maybe am a bigger fan than you guys now, because guess what? I'm supporting it by paying this guy for a game.
Which is important to support your indie development.
Anyways, he's already got like a sequel spin-off kind of game called Deltarune, which is like an anagram of Undertale. Mm-hmm. So, which I found out about after I bought it, because some of my friends were like, oh yeah, you should try this after. It's really cool. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. Anyways, so I bought this game and I started playing it. And the cool thing about it is, so I told you that I got to the certain point, and then I looked up the walkthrough, and then I was like, oh shit, I've been playing this game the wrong way. I could have played it. So there's 3 types of ways to play this game, which I did not know. I thought there was just, you play the game the way it's made. That's it. So there's 3 kind of routes you can play. You can play called the pacifist route, which means you don't kill anything in the game. You literally just walk through the game and you use verbal commands, or there's certain things you do that will allow you to progress without killing anybody.
You can like neutralize someone if you have to. Okay, I got you.
So I was like, oh shit. So that my first playthrough though is what I did was I went through and I did what was called the neutral route, where you kill some people, but you save some people. You're not a bad person, but you're not a good person. And neutral is pretty much the most commonly played one, because people didn't know. Like me, for instance, prime example, I didn't know you could walk through the game and not kill anybody. So I was like, oh. And then there's the, what's it called? So there's pacifist, neutral, and then it's not chaotic. I can't remember what it's called. It's like, I don't know. It's just basically like you're a douche and you kill everything in your way. With zero consequences.
That guy over there is an asshole.
So anyway, so I decided I started the neutral route, and I was like, oh, this is kind of interesting. And then I decided I went back and I did the pacifist route, which I was like, I actually am really enjoying a lot more. Yes, it's a lot more difficult, because if you do the pacifist route, you do not level up.
Oh,
so the only way to increase the only way to increase your like HP and everything like that is through what I understand is like armor. I don't know. I'm not that far. So anyway, so I got to a certain point in the game, and you can progress a lot faster in pacifist mode, though. That's the nice thing, because you're not spending time fighting these people. Mm-hmm. You just go in, you just kind of get them to calm down and everything, and it's really cool. Like, it's interesting ways, and the way I've seen it is the bosses are hilarious. The boss fights are great. And they tell you right at the beginning of the battle, of the boss fights, I've noticed a pattern, is they'll tell you how you can get away with beating them without killing them. And just as an example, there's not really any spoiler here because this game's been out, but so one of the characters right at the beginning of the game is named Undyne, and she is like looking for the last human. So they need 7 humans to like basically for the monsters to return back up to the like the main part of Earth. So that's why it's called Undertale, because it's under the ground. That's where your character is. And that's where monsters were banished to in this great war, and humans are still living up top, and sometimes humans fall into the underground or whatever. So Undyne's hunting your main character, the human. So her fight is great, and I love it's one of my favorite parts of this, and like the mechanics of it is you go into her fight and she's like, oh, I'm not going to let you, like, you can't run away from me, blah, blah, blah. This time I'm going to stop you. But it says can't run away. And then it's in red. And I didn't realize it when I was fighting her the first time. And that's when I went to the walkthrough and I was like, why do I have to kill all these people? I'm like, they don't seem genuinely bad. Like, they seem like they're good people. They're just trying to do something for their greater good.
Of course.
So that's why I found out about pacifist mode. And then it goes, yeah, if you run away from Undyne, when your heart, because, you know, I don't know if you've seen Undertale, whenever you go into a battle, your little heart, that's your character's soul. That's what they call it. And basically, you have to dodge attacks, and if your heart gets hit, you lose HP kind of thing. Or your soul gets hit. And so everybody's after your soul.
So that they can, I got
because human souls are so rare, right? And they need 7 human souls, basically, whatever, and get back up into the land. And anyway, so I'm like, oh, okay. So they're like, if you run away from her when your heart is red, because she turns your heart into a different color, most of the bosses will change your heart color. So it adds a little bit of a twist or difficulty. So the first boss fight you fight, he turns your heart blue, which makes your heart sink to the bottom. So you have to hop over all these obstacles, but you can only stay in the air for so long. Where Undine changes your heart green. So you can't move around. You have something, but you do have like a shield that you can move to protect you. But you got to do it quick, right? And then she fires like her spears at you. And you have to like basically move this thing around to deflect all the spears. And if you can't deflect it fast enough, it starts to get really tricky. It's like playing Dance Dance Revolution, but like in reverse.
It sounds intense.
Yeah, and it's really annoying at times. And like I still don't get me wrong, I still do not really like the mechanic of the battle. But I like the game's story so far, and that's what's keeping me invested is you don't have to fight people.
So, like, I know you had said earlier that, like, and I'm not asking you to give me, like, a full synopsis of the story, but just because I have no idea what you're talking about.
For what?
Just, like, the basic synopsis of the story. Like, so you're a human, obviously.
You're a human who's fallen into the underworld or the Undertale or what, or I don't know. I can't remember
Underplace where the monsters are. Okay.
You go in there, you get rescued by a really nice monster, but she says, I've tried to help other humans, but they don't listen to me, so I've either had to kill them, basically, and because they don't want to listen to me. But she doesn't want to hurt humans. She wants humans to survive. So she basically wants to adopt you, become your mother, and you're just going to live with her down there. But your character won't have that, right?
They want to get out.
So, yeah, so she's the first person you fight. She's actually technically the first boss, but she's not a boss. She's just kind of like, and if you fight her, she won't kill you. So you basically just stay in battle with her until she gives up and says, "Fine, you really want to go? Then go. I'm not going to stop you." Like she like literally like it takes you like I think you have to basically just keep standing there and she'll fire things at you, and if you move your soul into the projectiles, they move out of the way. So it's pretty interesting.
So she literally
she doesn't want to kill you. She just doesn't want you to leave. And then anyway, so. That's the first one, and so so
you have like your one character you can be.
That's it. Yeah, okay. Your main character is just the human. You can name, you get to name them. So like my character was like Kaz, right? So they're like, "Yo, Kaz, what's up?" and everything.
Is that the famous Kaz of 2 guys in a game? Oh,
yeah, and so you do that, and then you kind of get out of like they're called the monster runes. You enter like a monster town. You meet up with one of the best characters, and he's honestly probably the most overhyped character. Like he's overdone it in like memes and picture renditions. His name's Papyrus.
Okay, yeah.
And he's a skeleton. He's the tall skeleton. So there's a short skeleton and the tall skeleton. So the short one is Sans and the tall one's Papyrus. And Papyrus is hilarious. There's just one part. I just have to say it's the best. So he is like a master of puzzles. And he goes, I think everyone should like puzzles. That's the whole reason for playing these games is because puzzles and everything. So he's basically saying, the creator of the game was basically saying, I'm making these puzzles for you and everything. But all the puzzles that he gives you, they're just complete crap. Like they don't really work or anything, or like he shows you how to do the puzzle. He's like, oh yeah, I think the human has to be holding this shocker thing in order for him to get shocked while he walks across the tiles. He goes, oh right, okay, well I'll go give it to him. So he has to walk the path, and he leaves the path up for you. Oops, sorry, mic bump. And,
hashtag mic bump.
And he leaves the path, and then you walk it, and you go out there. He goes, holy crap. He goes, you are absolutely amazing at puzzles. And then you go to the next one, and it's just like, haha, try and get through this puzzle, human. And it's like Sans made this one, and Sans just had, there's a piece of paper lying on the ground, and you go pick it up, and it says monster word search. Can you find all the words? And then you come out of it, and you just walk over to Papyrus, and Papyrus is like, Sans, what the hell was that? He goes, you just dropped a piece of paper on the ground. That didn't do anything. He goes, oops, my bad. He goes, but you know what? Word searches are hard. And he goes, word searches are not hard. He's like, I give him like the best voice, like, because he's screaming in all his text. He's like, word searches are not hard. It's crosswords that are hard. What do you think, human? Which is harder? And I said crosswords. He goes, the human sided with me. And then they just walk off, and then they go to the last puzzle, and this is the best one. He goes, well, human, he goes, prepare to be amazed. This is the room randomizer, whatever, 2000, or I can't remember what he calls the machine. And he goes, basically, this is how it's going to go. I'm going to press this button, and the room is going to be completely randomized. And he starts listing off what all the tiles do. And he lists off about 10 tiles. He goes, so, do you understand what every tile does? Because you're going to have to... So he's like, red ones are impassable. Pink ones are safe. And then he goes, this one makes you smell like oranges. This one, if you step in this one, you'll step into piranhas. But piranhas hate oranges, so they'll bite you. But if you step into this electrical... If the yellow one is touching the blue one, and he's like explaining all this stuff, and it's just like too much information. And it goes on, and then finally he hits the randomizer. He goes, I'm going to randomize this. I don't even know what this pattern will be. And it goes boop, 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 boop. And it's just literally just a straight pink line. So you can just walk right across it. And he just kind of is standing there. And he just starts spinning around in circles. And he just goes off the screen. Like, he's just like, I hate my life kind of thing. Like, it is literally the best thing.
That sounds that's so funny.
Yeah. And then you go to fight him. Like, you keep walking. And then he's like, he tries to stop you. He goes, no, you can't go any farther. He's like, I'm sorry. And then he's like, I'm going to have to fight you and take you back to my house and everything. You're going to have to wait till like I hand you over to Undyne. So you fight him. And then if you lose to him, which I did the first time I fought him, I lost to him just by like a little bit. He locks you in his garage. And there's like a dog bowl and everything. He goes, human, I don't know what you like to eat, so I hope you're fine with this. But he leaves the door unlocked, so you can just walk right out. So you walk back out, and if you go back out, he goes, oh my God. He's like, you escaped? Crap. He's like, well, I'll fight you again. So then I fight him again, and I lose again. And he puts you back. He goes, this time I'm taking you back. But don't worry, I'll furnish it better. And it's the exact same. And then there's a sandwich on the ground. It goes, there's a stale sandwich on the ground. It says, from Papyrus, I hope you enjoy stale sandwiches. And it's just like, just terrible stuff like that.
Just like, really stupid.
Yeah, humor. And then anyway, so I go back, and I fight him again, and I finally beat him. But like, I don't kill him. Like, I spare him. So what you do is you end up, you keep attacking him, and finally you bring his health down. But this is some other interesting stuff too. I start to figure out the mechanics of the game a little bit better. So every time you equip a weapon or whatever you're equipping as your attacking thing, it changes the style of your battle. So when you're attacking someone, something will happen. Then this is kind of cool. So the first thing I got was called the Tough Glove. It's one of the first items you're given, the Tough Glove. And I'm attacking him like, well, this isn't really good. I'm like, I have to go grind some more. So I try and grind, and then eventually you can't grind. Enemies stop showing up. So I'm kind of like, this is stupid. Like, how is the RPG mechanic? So the RPG mechanic's not supposed to work, right? Like, you're not supposed to level your character.
You're not supposed to grind, yeah.
But you're just supposed to kind of spare everybody and just be like, a good person. So I'm fighting Papyrus this third time, and I figure out something. I'm like, I accidentally double hit the A button, and I have this Tough Glove on, and it goes, poof. And I'm like, wait, I just hit him twice. I'm like, what the heck? I'm like, that's crazy. I'm like, I didn't know you could hit him twice. I'm like, perfect. This will make the fight easier. So I'm finally about to beat him. And then I get down, and I'm just like, oh, yeah. And then I think, did I lose again? No. This time I was beating him, but then I accidentally hit the A button again because I started mashing it. And then all of a sudden it goes, boom, 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 boom. And it hits him like 6 times. I'm like, are you serious? Like, this whole time, I could have beaten him in like 4 hits.
Sitting here smashing.
But if I had known, like, because it comes up, it prompts you to press A, and so I'm like, oh,
so you can hit it repeatedly.
So it allows you to hit it 5 times, and then like it knocks his health down. I'm like, oh, well, that makes fighting so much easier. So I'm like, sweet. So I beat him no problem that time, and then he gets to a point. And he goes, oh, human. He goes, I will spare you and everything, but you have to actually spare him because you could kill him. That's essentially where you're at. So you spare him, and then you two become friends. And he's
you can kill him if you want.
Yeah, and then you two become friends, and then you go on a date, depending on how the conversation goes with him. If you flirt with him, he's going to be like, oh, you want to go on a date. But if, like, you just want to hang out with him, then he calls it a hangout. But the date thing is fucking hilarious. Because you go on a date, and he's just like, yeah, he's like, I've never dated a human before. He goes, good thing I got this dating book. And he's just like, how to start a date. And he's just reading out, like, all the instructions. He goes, okay, initiating a date. Ask the other person if they would like to go on a date. Would you like to go on a date? You can say yes or no. It's like, yes. Perfect. All right. Step 2. And he's just reading through the book. And he goes, step 3. Make sure you wear clothing that's appropriate for your date. And then he looks at the human and goes, oh my God, you've been wearing clothing this whole time and everything. Does this mean you've wanted to be on a date with me this whole time? And just like, he's so full of himself. And then he goes, but human, I'm sorry. We cannot be in a relationship because I am too awesome and I don't feel the same way about you. I thought I would let you down now, then lead you on and everything like that. And he goes, but we can still be friends. And yeah, so there's just that stuff, and you can make them dates or whatever, and you can actually do this with like all the characters. So, well, most of them I think. So, and then you get to Undyne, who is actually one of my favorite characters. She's like this half fish lady kind of thing, like she's like a fish monster, and she's one of the royal guard, and she's like, I'm hunting this human. So her fight with
So that's
you,
why she's okay. I got you.
yeah. So when she's fighting you, she turns your heart the different color. You can't run away. And then all of a sudden, she kind of lets her guard down, and she starts throwing like regular spears at you. And that's when your heart goes red. That's when you know your soul isn't trapped by them, right? Like they're not trapping your soul in any magical way. So that's what's cool about that fight is they don't really want you to fight Undyne. They just want you to keep running away from her. So that's what you do. You run away, you run away, you run away, and then she comes back and she's like, "Stop running away!" And finally, you run away the one time, and if you run far, you run past her. You go into the next area of the game, and as you get into the next area, it's like a volcano thing. It's called the Hotlands. She passes out, and you can make the choice whether to leave her there or give her some water so she can get back up. So this is the kicker. So if you leave her there, you're a bad person. You're a dick. She dies. Yeah. But if you put the water on her and you have not killed anything in the game, you can actually go back and become friends with her, which I was like, this is freaking awesome. So I splash the water on her. She gets up. She's like, what the hell? Okay. And then she just goes, I'm leaving you alone. You just saved my life and you didn't have to. And I don't understand why, because a human's never been like that. That's kind of like what she's like, right? So then she goes back to her house. So Papyrus calls you and goes, hey, I think, you and Undyne would be good friends. You should hang out. So come back. If you backtrack a little bit, you can go back to Undyne's house, right? In the other place. So I go back to Undyne's house, and Papyrus is like, oh, great, you're here. Let's start the hangout. He knocks at the door. Hey, Undyne. Hey, Papyrus, come on in. I also brought a friend. You brought the human. Oh, okay. How are you, human? Good. So he comes.
How are you, human?
And so you go into the house, and Papyrus is like, oh, right, crap. I forgot. I have something to do. And he jumps out the window. So Papyrus leaves you alone with Undyne, and Undyne's like, well, what would you like? You're a human, so you must drink something. You have to pick something to drink, but you have to pick the right thing or else she gets all offended. So you pick the tea. And she goes, yes, the tea. She's like, that's correct. The tea is the best choice. And she's like, let's do this. And you end up burning her house down. Like she ends up helping you burn her house down. Like she's like, okay, let's do this. Let's be more intense. And her music's like super awesome. Like I still have it stuck in my head. Like all the music in the game is great. It's just like sick 8-bit beats, right? So her music starts playing, like her boss battle music, and she's like, harder, mash that A button, and you're like, and it's just like mash the A button, and then like things are just exploding everywhere, and then finally her house just catches on fire, and she goes, that was an intense cook-off, and everything like that. She's trying to teach you how to cook pretty much. She goes, I've never cooked that intense before. You are really good at cooking, and it's just like, yeah, she's like, well, my house burned down, so she's like, guess I'm gonna go live with Papyrus for a bit now. So then if you go back to Papyrus's house, she's living there now with Papyrus. It's so good, man. I'm telling you, it's just like such a funny game.
I want to get this game just for that.
Yeah, you could do it for, I think you can, I don't know if it's on all consoles.
PS4 it is.
Is it on PS4? Yeah, you should totally get it. Like, it's a little tricky, but I do like it. I'm stuck right now in a part that I can't get past because my dodging skills are terrible. I'm fighting these 2 black knights, and while you're fighting them, you have to I can't kill them, so I have to basically chat them out of the battle, and I can't seem to figure out a way to chat them out of battle, to spare them, and they keep their attacks are just really stupid. I hate them.
So it's like that part's challenging.
Yeah, that's the part that's challenging is when you're trying to figure out the right conversation topics in the right order, because you have to do it in a certain order, and then you'll get them to a conclusion where you're like, okay, and then they'll be like, wait a minute. Yeah, okay, and then you can spare them. Like if their names are white, you can't spare them. If their names turn yellow, that means they're going to let you go. Like they're not going to fight you anymore. So that's kind of where I'm stuck. But yeah, no, so the game is really good. I enjoy it. It's worth the money if you're buying it. And yeah, it is one of these, it's just a weird, it's a feel good game.
And it's kind of like an 8-bit game too, right?
It is 8-bit, yeah. And it does have RPG aspects to it, but it's a unique take on RPG aspects. It's something I didn't expect because you're not fighting with weapons, you're fighting with words.
Yeah.
And that's interesting because, I've never heard of an RPG game that's just like, oh yeah, let's use words. Like that'd be like Final Fantasy. You go into a Final Fantasy battle, you're like, hey you, quit it. That's enough.
That's enough out of you. What's the big monsters that are in Final Fantasy?
Which ones?
Oh my god. I got nothing.
You got nothing.
I had something really funny I was gonna say.
You got nothing, sir.
I had nothing.
Anyways.
The big monsters in Final Fantasy. I don't know.
So,
but and obviously graphically beautiful game.
Yeah, it's
great
not bad.
content.
Yeah. Music. The music is a big part of me for games. Music is
Yeah.
a big part. So if your music is shit, your game's gonna be shit. Just
Yeah,
like
it's got great
movies. If
music,
your music
yeah.
is shit in movies, your movie doesn't turn out right. So Yeah, the music in it is very cool. It's original, and I really like it. And it's all 8-bit, so some classic tunes. And all the music just, I love the boss themes the most because they fit to the character's intensity level. That's literally what it is. So Papyrus is such a goofy character, and his music's just like, and then you've got Undyne, which is more like, it's like more intense and everything. So yeah, I really like the music, and yeah, it's good.
And then obviously, like we always like to talk about value, which you've said like it's a great value in that. But as far as replayability,
like if you're neutral and you've killed people, Sans, who is Papyrus's like brother, when you first meet him, he's like, "Oh, there's a lamp over there that's shaped like you. Go hide behind it." Oops, too late. And then Papyrus comes up and goes, "Hey, you found the human, perfect." But then the second time you do it, if you're a pacifist, Sans will be like, "There's a lamp over there that's shaped like a human. Go hide behind it." And your character goes and hides behind it. And I was like, "What the heck? My character didn't do that last time." Like, that's cool. So there's just little differences like that. Like little things change the course of the game. So you don't know what's going to happen. And like, if you do the pacifist route and you save everyone, like it could benefit you. If you do, you just don't know what's going to happen. Like depending, like, I mean, obviously people know, but for me, who's still playing the game and everything. Yeah.
that's pretty freaking cool. Sounds like a pretty good game, man.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good game.
No, it's not bad. It's actually, even though it's overrated and it's super hyped up, I can see why.
It's also been out for a little while, too.
Yeah, and I can see why it's got such a fan base. I don't understand why it got that hyped. Like, it is a good game, but it's not like the kind of game where I would be like, it's not like Pokemon hype. Like, it's just a different kind of hype. It's just like, it's almost like people are just like, it's one of those games where it's like, you know how, like, when a game gets overhyped, and then your expectations of that game are basically like,
it's gonna be like the best
ruins,
game ever.
It ruins your expectations of a game. Where I just like games like that. You're just like, here's a game, you know what it is, you're gonna buy
something
it.
like a Mass Effect Andromeda.
Like, it's like Stardew Valley. Like, Stardew Valley is now, it's got a lot of hype on it. But when I first bought it, I was like, I didn't know about it. I didn't honestly know about Stardew Valley. I didn't know of the following it had, and that's why I was so excited about it. I was like, holy shit, this game's amazing. And then I overhyped it, and that ended up attributing to you buying Stardew Valley and a couple other people that listen to this podcast still. And, and like the hype is real, it's the same with Smash Bros. And Pokemon. I hype that up, but like, it's like those games are well known and people know those games. So even if I'm like, oh, I'm hyped about Pokemon, people are like, yeah, we know, me too. But when someone's like, yo, this Undertale game's basically like Jesus Christ, the shit. And you're like, okay, hold on. Calm down. Undertale can't be that good. No, it's honestly that good. Well, I'm just going to be honest with you. It's not as hype. It shouldn't have been as hyped as it is. It is a great game. It is worth taking a look at and playing it. But I don't get the appeal why people are so obsessed with it. That's fair. That's my point.
That's fair.
Like, I'm not hating on Undertale. I like it.
So you're saying it is a good game, maybe even potentially a great game. But it's
not. I don't get the hype.
Well worth the
I just want to know what the hype's about. It doesn't make sense because it's not that hypeable. It is funny. It is entertaining. It is worth the value.
From what you told me, it makes me want to buy the game. So that's
yeah,
really
exactly, and that's what I'm aiming to do. I'm not trying to sell you on a game and by saying, "Oh, dude, Undertale's so good." I'm trying to sell you on a game and saying, no, like, Undertale is actually good if you like this style of game. If you like what I just described to you and you want that out of a game, play Undertale. But if you're looking for like an actual RPG that's just like not unique or different or anything, I know maybe I'm making it sound like Undertale's amazing, but it's really good. But if you want your not typical RPG, but it's still an RPG, it's a unique take on an RPG, and I think that's why so many gamers took to it. It really reminds me of like that Paper Mario style thing. Actually looks like Earthbound like a lot.
Okay.
So
it's just one of those games where like it's a nice, fun, unique game that's great, good value.
Yep.
But don't think it's the second coming.
But it's not. Jesus, yeah, it's not like.
I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. So I think what the people really want to know is, does Undertale get the official 2 guys in a game seal of approval?
Don't make me say it, please.
Please.
Because then you're going to insert the seal thing.
Of course I am.
Why? God damn it.
It's the best thing we've ever come up with.
Oh, yeah, fine. Whatever. Undertale gets
I got the seal of approval! Approval. My boy. I'm not going to sit here and talk to him. Don't worry. It's okay. Well, that's cool, man. I'm glad that we were able to give people a rundown of that game.
Yeah.
Because you were excited about it. You were like, oh, I got to talk about this Undertale game. Oh, and I was like, that's cool.
I'm going to talk about it. I'm like, honestly, I wasn't going to talk about it because I'm like, this game already has enough hype. But I know what Undertale is to people. And I figured, hey, you know what? Maybe people like listening to us about our games. And this is one of those instances that, I figured this is a game people can relate to. If a lot of people played it, maybe they'd like to listen to us and our opinion on it. And now my opinion on it is I give it a 8 out of 10. Not enough water.
Needs more water temple.
Needs more water temples. Too much lava.
Jeez.
No.
Punky.
I give it 32 out of 65.
32 out of 65.
I give it 65 out of 110. I don't know. Fractions. Do the math.
Fractions are not.
I would give it a 55.5 out of 32.
A 50, a what?
Isn't that more than the amount that it should be out of? Shut your mouth.
Shut your bitch mouth.
I guess it's time for some shout-outs.
Not
Why? You want to talk about something?
Before, just really quickly, I want to touch on this. The fact that the next time that we talk to you guys will be November 23rd. The 20th anniversary of Ocarina of Time is going to be in between there, so I wanted to hype the fact that you better believe your boys are probably going to have some words about Ocarina of Time next week. I think you'll hear
the Blockarina of Time.
It taught me how to read.
The Hawkarina of Time.
The Hodderina of Time, bro.
The Smockarina of Time.
I should have my mom on and be like, yo, remember when you bought me Ocarina of
Time? The Lockarina of Time.
Remember when Ocarina of Time taught me how to read?
The Ballerina of Time.
But anyway, I just want to add that out. But right now, Casual Jones is correct. I believe it is time for some shout-outs.
Shout-outs initiating.
I want to make sure we give a big shout out to our boy Josh from Still Loading Podcast. Thank you so much for the support, man. I always appreciate it. I want to give a big shout out to the Drinks with Larry crew. I always appreciate all the support, guys. Give a big shout out to the Amazing Nerd Show.
That's so funny. You're literally just copying me what I did earlier in the episode. You're actually naming people off.
That's what I do because I'm a professional. And then, of course,
but you forgot about the Bearded Geeks. They have a nice pair down under.
You stole my bit.
You stole my bit, you son of a
Geeks,
bitch.
They got a real nice
No, I already said it, mate. You don't have to say it twice.
Oh,
2 shout-outs.
Right,
Two shout-outs is too much.
Want to give a shout out to the No Geeks Allowed podcast, of course, our boys.
Yep. Not playing the Labo strong.
Yep, strong.
John, we are no Labo strong. Vote No Labo 2019. No Labo.
Asdo Jones for President 2019.
Paid for by the No Labo Burning Committee. Wait, what does that mean? We burn Labos.
And then, of course, I want to give a shout out to everybody on Podbird Network as well as to all you wonderful motorized room belows out there. Thank you very much for all the support. And let us know what you thought of if you've played Undertale. Let us and Kaz know what you have thought of Undertale, or let us know what you thought of Kaz.
Well, don't let us know. We're busy people. We don't want to hear from you. No, I'm just joking. That's so mean. That's so mean.
You can hit us up, of course, on the website.
I'm kidding.
He's just trying to be funny, folks.
Joking.
You can, of course, hit us up on the website, podbirdnetwork.com/2 guys in a game. Hit us up on the Facebook, Instagram under 2 Guys in a Game podcast, as well as on Twitter, 2 Guys AA Game. And you can also email us anytime at 2 Guys in a Game podcast @gmail.com. If you have any thoughts or comments or any of that kind of fun stuff. And I think with that, make sure everybody hit that subscribe button. Leave us a rating on the iTunes if you're listening on there. We'd definitely appreciate it. You can follow Kaz as well on Twitter if you so choose. Kaz motherfucking Jones. Or MF Jones. I'm T. Jones Hodder, I guess, if you, for some reason, you want to follow that. Screw TJ. He's a dick. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I have been Hodder.
And I've been rocking, man, burning out his fuse up here alone. And I think it's going to be a long, long time.
Till touchdown. Till touchdown brings me round again.
No, I was just singing the end of the song, but whatever. You ruined it. You ruined Rocket Man.
Everything. God damn it.
He packed his bags pre-flight. Wait, that's not right. Yeah, whatever. I don't care. I don't know how to sing songs anymore.
Everybody, he has been Kaz.
Sure, whatever. I've been Kaz.
And I've been Hodder. And we'll catch you next time on 2 Guys in a Game. Bye, everybody. Penis Palmer.